I understand this video may spark some debate, but I hope it can be taken as a respectful exchange of ideas. The following statements are just my personal opinions and perspective. Recently, I received an invitation to attend to the British Society of Cinematographers in London, England. It was a fantastic experience, being surrounded by countless cameras, lights, equipment, and people who shared my passion for filming and technology was truly exciting. Hi there, I'm Ruben, and I share about cameras, filming, and health on my channel. If these topics interest you, I invite you to subscribe. If you enjoy my content, you can also support me on Buy Me a Coffee. Additionally, be sure to click on the bell icon to receive notifications for my future videos. I appreciate your support. I want to express my gratitude to those who have watched my videos and support me from the beginning or later. Your support has enabled my channel to become monetized, and I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you. So I wanted to bring my camera to England, but as you know, the Pocket 6K Pro is not really a vlogging camera, and I knew I had to walk a bit, so I didn't want to put more strain on my neck, mostly because I had just returned from New York, where I had my camera bag with me almost all the time. I got the invitation while I was still in New York, so I started looking for plane tickets and hotels, and then surprisingly, I found a combo, plane ticket and hotel, which turned out to be an excellent deal. The expo was held at the Battersea Park, London. I got my hotel, by the way. A shout out to the people at Resident Victoria for welcoming me the way they did. Imagine I had a written card welcoming me to the hotel. Here it is. Anyway, a very comfortable hotel, just a few steps from Buckingham Palace, and surrounded by hundreds of cafes, restaurants, pubs. Great location. Well, here I am for the BSC in London. This is the Resident Victoria, the hotel, and it's really cozy, and the price was awesome with British Airways. And I just got here. I'm just gonna refresh a little bit and take the street and go straight there. But let me tell you more about the expo. So before landing in London, I had to prepare myself for what was coming. I had no idea what kind of event I was going to. I started reading the pamphlets and getting in the zone. So I made a list of the companies I wanted to visit, and man, the list was long. I'm talking about Bright Tangerine, Aperture, Arri, Tiffen, Lumix, Fujifilm, CVP, Blackmagic Design, Cook, Zeiss, Red, Videndum. Luckily, I was going to have 2 days or one long day. I arrived on Friday afternoon, and my plan was to go in the afternoon till the evening and return on Saturday morning till midday, because after I had to catch my plane to return home. First feeling was a child at a candy shop. Let me tell you that there are no YouTubers near where I live. And renting gear in Italy is not the same as in other countries. For example, I was talking to Guilherme the other day, BK42, and he was telling me how cheap renting gear is in Poland. So he's taking advantage of all that every time he has a job with a client, which is fantastic. Well, here is a different story. So touching that with my hand was very cool. That's what she said. Now, let me tell you, I was looking forward to seeing mainly 2 cameras. I was very excited to see Arri and 2 other cameras, which I will tell you about in a second. But why Arri? Well, this camera is considered one of the best, if not the best, cameras in the world. Specifically, I was hoping to see Arri Alexa Mini, which was used to film The Last of Us. I recommend checking out this video here by Frame Voyager, the link is here. But what makes this camera so unique? British cinematographer Eben Bolter said the Alexa has the best dynamic range to emulate a 35mm film look. Apart from that, we often get confused and caught with pixels and resolutions, right? Yes, we are. We tend to think that higher resolution is that place where we will find the philosopher's stones. I went too far. Instead, many examples in real life have shown us that the important guy here is called dynamic range. I want to share a screenshot from my iPhone 11 footage as an example. Unfortunately, the front camera's poor dynamic range makes it difficult to notice anything in the highlights. So I would never call anybody an idiot because they want a good camera to film, nor would I feed these kinds of comments or behavior. You need to understand that what I'm going to show you doesn't reflect, not even by one bit, what I saw in real life with my physical eyes. These are just images captured with my iPhone 11, and the iPhone, as good as it can be, will never be as accurate as the human eye or a professional camera. In addition to the famous Arri camera, I was astonished when I saw the stand number 22 from Red Digital Cinema. Now, although some may criticize the company, the image quality straight from the camera was unbelievable. Even what was displayed on that little monitor on top of the camera was really impressive. I'm talking about the v-raptor 8K. Now, I'm not contradicting myself with what I said before about pixels and resolutions. I'm gonna go down on pixels in a second. I repeat, I haven't seen anything like that before. And right behind, very close, the little brother, the red Komodo. Let me back up a little. The images from Sony were great, very sharp, with beautiful colors, but also very digital and not very organic. Of course, the lenses we use have a crucial impact on the final result, we know it. There are sharp and very sharp lenses. There are soft and even vintage lenses. But talking in a very general way, Sony, Fuji, Blackmagic Design, Panasonic, Canon, they are all different. Very different from one another. But in my opinion, they can't compare with the image quality of Red digital cameras. And I'm talking about the image straight from the camera, not the post-production result, where you can do wonders and obtain many similar results depending on the camera and how good you may be as a colorist. You remember the cube fever, right? Which actually has passed a little, has it? But the thing is, and let's focus on the red Komodo for a second. The thing isn't only about the image quality. Don't get me wrong, the image quality is sensational. But it's also the modularity of that 4 inches little cube. At some point, I saw that humongous, super rigged camera, and when I went to check, there was a red Komodo inside there. I think one of the biggest mistakes people make is to believe that you need to rig the red Komodo to be able to use it. Because of the excellent app, you can make it work just by using your iPhone as a monitor. You don't need mainly at the beginning, an expensive monitor, an expensive handle, a double handle, and all the expansion modules they sell. It's funny because I'm talking here about a camera that doesn't even have 60 frames per second and 6K. I'm talking here about a camera that doesn't even have internal ND filters. I'm talking here about a camera that doesn't have a company like Blackmagic Design. Well, that's what everybody says. Now I'm repeating what everybody says. From what I read, Red is constantly working on firmware for their cameras. And now every time I watch a video about people who own the Red Komodo, they say nothing but good things and how happy they are after purchasing it. So the Glover shutter makes it up for the lack of those extra 10 frames in 6K, as it does the downscaling to 4K for the cropped image in higher frame rates. And all the third parties who make accessories such as variable NDs, handles, different types of lens mounts, etc. Some are more affordable than others, and some have better qualities. The stuff is out there, but it doesn't mean that you need it immediately. You can start enjoying that excellent image quality and recording codes from day one without all those accessories. But man, the Expo wasn't all about Red and the Red Komodo, was it? No, kind of for me. I'm not gonna go in alphabetical order. I met the people from Tilta with their new shoulder mount for the Blackmagic cameras and their wireless lens control, cages, gimbal support, shock-absorbing car mounts, and cranes. I met the people from CVP, who had the great idea to run 2 giveaways. One consisted on taking photos about the event and tagging them. The other, you had to guess the value of the lenses they brought to the Expo. Believe me, the value was more than 5 million euros. I met the people from Sigma who had the new collection of 8K-capable cine optics, the release of the superb Sigma 65mm T1.5 FF high-speed prime, and the classic version of the lens, a total of 25 lenses. The people from Sony with their famous Venice 2 working in harmony with the Sony Crystal LED panels as a part of a complete virtual production. The awesome people from Videndum with their solution for broadcasters, cinematographers, production companies, and content creators like us. So I had the chance to say thank you in person to the Anton Bauer people for their superb products and give a hug to James. You're the man. The people from Arri with their cameras, lenses, archive technologies, lamp heads, and accessories. Blackmagic Design, where I met Michele from Italy, and the one and only Darren Mustin, with whom I had an enjoyable time. The people from Tiffen, where I became a RoboCop with their Steadicam M2 series, and where I appreciated the new Tiffen Black Fog and Night Fog diffusion filters. I met the people from Zeiss, winning 3 Technical Academy Awards with the latest products, such as the Supreme Prime Radiance lenses. The people from Lumix with their Netflix-approved S1H and BGH1 and BS1H box cameras, kind of disappointing. And the people from Red Digital Cinema. Did I mention Red already?
I just met the Red people.
With their new highly advanced v-raptor 8K VV and v-raptor XL, as well as the compact global shutter Komodo 6K. Being there was quite an experience. Talking to influential filmmakers, producers, etc. was very interesting. Seeing and speaking with people representing the companies we buy accessories from was very pleasing and important. And no, I didn't buy the red Komodo 6K, but I made a big mistake of seeing it, having it in my hands, that's what she said, and most of all, discovering with my eyes its quality. Because now I can't sleep at night. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Peace and love.